I came to RHI September 16th, 2020 via a ambulance. I had no motion. What I could do was basically move my fingers in my head when I woke up. I had been on the vent for about 3.5 weeks and in the hospital for about 2 months with COVID. My muscles had deteriorated. So when I came here, it was reassuring that yes, I was getting better, but at the same time, as my brother would say, it's boot camp time. And I knew it would be hard, but I couldn't have imagined how hard it was just to concentrate to, basically will your muscles to move. Very, very intimidating to come, but at the same time, very excited to be here and get back to some type of normalcy. I remember the day I moved in, there's a male nurse that was basically getting me all set up, and he was fantastic. Very positive, very welcoming, and I remember him saying, "You'll be walking in 2 weeks," and I thought, do you not see me? Do you not understand that there's no motion in this body right now? But he was right. For the first 10 days, Chelsey was taking me to the parallel bars every physical therapy and trying to get me to stand and then take a few steps. And at that point, my lungs took such a hit with COVID that if I exerted myself, even for seconds, it would take it all out of me. So literally I would stand up from my wheelchair onto the parallel bars, and with a tremendous amount of support from Chelsey. And usually I didn't quite get all the way up to stand up, but those 10 days I tried over and over and over again, and in reality, I may have stood up for a few seconds, but she slowly let me back down in that chair because I was spent. Had a weekend off, and then lo and behold, that Monday, she's like, "All right, you ready to stand up and take some steps?" And with her coaching, with her help, stood up and walked all the way down those parallel bars and back. The day I stood up and actually walked, I'll never forget Chelsey's face smiling and laughing as I did that. The sense of accomplishment in me, and when I told my wife later that day, her face of enjoyment that, hey, we're getting there. So it's probably my best memories. There's not enough words that I could say to thank them. How appreciative I am of them, how they perform their work in such a caring, loving way. They didn't treat me as a patient. They treated me as me. So I don't know that I can figure out a few words to say, because it's more than what I could say.
I know that you mentioned Chelsey, and Debbie couldn't make it today, but we actually do have Chelsey today. She'd love to see you.
Hi!
Oh,
look at you!
Oh.
Well,
Yeah, okay.
that's for you.
Thank you.
So proud of
Thank
you.
you.
You are 1000% what Patient of the Year is, and you deserve it so much.
You.
My name is Chelsey Sims. I'm a physical therapist here at RHI. This year I nominated John Mullen for Patient of the Year. He was just such a go-getter from the beginning. Day one, he was up and ready and he wanted to work with therapy, and not only his persistence each day in therapy that he was so motivated, it's the way he interacted with those around him. We were in the midst of COVID, where we had to separate patients. We couldn't have them congregated together. We had masks on, and he was always saying hi to people in the gym. Even if they couldn't be close to one another, he'd yell across the gym and say, "Hey buddy." Just always a light to those around him. So it wasn't just that he was constantly day in and day out working hard for himself, but he was working to motivate those around him as well. So I think a word that describes Patients of the Year in general is just perseverance. That is, they're every day coming in prepared, and even if they have a really bad day, don't take it to heart, and the next day they just bust their butt and work even harder. Hey John, I am so ecstatic to have nominated you for Patient of the Year. I think you were just beyond deserving. Every day when I worked with you was just so much fun. You constantly were challenging me to come up with new ways to challenge you, because you were improving from even morning to afternoon, not only day to day, but what we did in the morning, you did it better in the afternoon. And you were just that positive energy that I loved. If I was having a rough day, I would look at my schedule and be like, it's gonna be okay because I'll get to see John later. And he always boosted my spirits. So you are so deserving, and I can't think of anyone better for this nomination than you.